Hello, I'm Olivia Terrell, and this is my Environmental Literacy Plan Final. How can I educate those around me on how to protect the environment and its resources? I can educate those around me by using my social media platform to communicate the risk we are exposing our environment to. I could talk about a couple of ways we are actively harming our communities as well as the people, animals, and plants that live in it. Along with that, I can share ways to improve it as well. I could start an online forum with like-minded individuals who could also share ways to improve our environment. This could lead to starting community cleanup groups. This could be where we come together and start a local garden, nature reserves, art exhibits only using waste, compost bins, etc. We could also petition for more renewable sources of energy instead of harmful non-renewable sources that we use to generate our power. Furthermore, I could lead by example. I could have my very own compost bin and garden at home. I could shorten my showers and take more baths. I could eat less meat and more vegetarian meals. I could use alternative means of transportation rather than using my car all the time. How to live more sustainably. I could use less water. My water footprint is 1,354 gallons per day. This could be reduced a lot if I just changed a couple of my habits. One thing being I can take shorter showers. Alone, this probably wouldn't help much. If I could get more people to start taking shorter showers that range around 5 to 7 minutes instead of 10 to 20, that would be very impactful. This will ultimately help the environment by reducing the amount of CO2 emissions we put into it. I can also install low-flow shower heads and faucets around my house. I could eat more vegetarian meals instead of meat. I could turn the water off when I'm not using it while lathering in the shower or while brushing my teeth, while shampooing my hair or washing my hands. I could also flush the toilet less. How to live more sustainably. In Unit 5, we had to use an energy calculator which told us how many Earths we would need if everyone lived like us. If everyone were to live like me, we would need 5 Earths. I realized I could reduce this by changing a couple of things in my routine. I could open my blinds during the day to use natural light rather than turning on my light switch. When I do use my light switch, it should be when it is no longer bright outside. I can also turn it off when I leave a room. If I'm cold, I could put on more clothes rather than turning on the heat unless it's wintertime. If I'm hot, I could freeze a cold pack instead of using a fan or AC during the summer. I could also hop in a cool shower instead of a hot one or crack a window to let the breeze in. Any of these things could work. How to live more sustainably. We can reduce the amount of waste we produce. We can start by reducing, reusing, and recycling. You know those plastic bags you get at the grocery store? You could either not use them and buy reusable shopping bags, or reuse them repeatedly instead of throwing them away. You could also apply for a community recycling program so that you get a free bin used for just recyclable material. We can only buy the amount of food that we know we are going to eat. If there are leftovers, eat them. If you get packaged peanuts instead of throwing them away for a bird to choke on, you could dissolve them with hot water and dispose of it down a drain. You could start a compost bin in your backyard to put all of the food you don't eat, as well as bones. These will eventually decompose and be great for the environment. How to live more sustainably. You could always find fun activities that don't put the environment in danger. There are plenty of things you could do that don't emit dangerous chemicals into our air or water. These activities don't have to be about actively saving the environment. It should just be about you not contributing anything bad to it. A few of these activities include making your own eco-friendly paints from plants and painting a picture. Surfing is another way to be active and not harm the environment. You could also go for a hike, a run, or even a walk and just enjoy the fresh air. You could sunbathe if you wear sunscreen or do it for a short period of time. You can make paper from old paper and draw. There are plenty of hobbies for everyone that don't harm the environment. How to live more sustainably, part 5. The last thing I can recommend to live sustainably is to buy less clothes. Buying tons of clothes causes greenhouse gases, waste, and pollution. Instead of wasting, we could buy secondhand instead of getting brand new clothes every time. It is obviously understandable if some things you buy new, such as undergarments, like underwears, bras, t-shirts. But shirts, pants, shoes, coats, hats, purses, etc. can be bought secondhand. If you don't want to spend money and you have siblings or family friends, you could wear hand-me-downs. If we must purchase items new, then we should invest in higher quality pieces that will last you a very long time. For the last part of this project, we were asked to create a sustainable community and describe what makes it sustainable. My sustainable community is one that uses a good amount of solar energy. People use alternative ways of transportation that don't emit pollutants. They also promote the protection of wildlife, ecosystems, habitats, etc. This community would reduce, reuse, and recycle. This includes growing their own food and putting the waste in a compost bin to be broken down naturally. They wouldn't pour toxic things into bodies of water which could put those animals in harm's way. They will also reduce deforestation, meaning animals will still have a flourishing habitat with plenty of biodiversity. They will recycle not only plastic, paper, and metals, etc., but they will also recycle clothes and water. They would get these specific systems that take the water from their baths and sinks and filter them and use them in the sprinkler systems to water plants outside. They would use public transportation for long distances and bike or walk for short ones.